Speaking at the third Annual PPP Conference, Minister of Finance Calle Schlettwein said he had no doubt that public-private partnerships, especially meaningful partnerships, are the foundation of success. He said by sharing equal economic opportunities and responsibilities with the private sector, we can direct limited available resources and capabilities to prioritize national projects.
Through the capacity building initiative, the PPP unit emphasizes on our core principles of risk allocation, value for money, affordability, and competitive procurement that must be adhered to in order to ensure PPPs that are successful and are in the public interest. Capacity to draft comprehensive and balanced PPP arrangements. The capacity to oversee projects during the implementation phase, which in case of PPPs are often of a long time horizon, and feedback on cases where PPPs may not be a suitable model for project development. Between last year's conference and this one, I'm pleased to report that an experienced consulting firm has now been appointed through the utilization of a grant funding by the African Development Bank to roll out a structured PPP training curriculum focused at public officials.
Former Lord Mayor of the City of London in the UK, Sir Michael Bear, shared some of the UK infrastructure financing and PP experiences which Namibia could learn from.
So the critical success factors: always be prepared. That financial feasibility study is absolutely vital. To get that right at the beginning is the fundamental building block. Ensure it's bankable. You'll hear it many, many times again. These projects have to be investment grade. The process, the time scale, you can't turn on a sixpence in construction. You need to have adequate time for the market to respond to an opportunity. And what's also important at the bottom there is a stable operating environment. You know, capital and private sector like predictability, clarity, transparency. They don't like to be spooked by sudden changes in legislation or whatever. So having that constancy is very important.
Leveraging the PPP model for public enterprises was Andrew Shaw, partner for capital projects and infrastructure at PWC South Africa.
I don't think these are all that different from what you would require in a PPP model, but there are some things that come out quite clearly. And the first one is very strong executive sponsor support. So for these state-owned enterprises, in order for them to initiate these PSP processes, they cannot be hived off to some minor part of the organization where the private sector is asked to do some ring-fenced entity that's not part of the main business of the state-owned enterprise. Strong executive sponsor support needs to be held at board level, and ultimately, in our context, the shareholder needs to be backing that board in terms of that PSP process, because these processes are often have a very political dimension, and unless you have full backing of the state and the state-owned enterprise board in delivering these projects, they're likely not to be successful. So that's a key element.
A panel discussion were held with, amongst others, guest panelist, His Excellency Thomas Daughton,